Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's Daily Free Winter Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Guys, TGIF, it's Friday, and let me tell you, every show this week was a solid show, but we are finishing the week off with an all-star panel. Let's bring him on, a pioneer of the sports betting industry. Mr. Ross Benjamin is with us. The newest new kid on the block over at Sports Memo, Nick Parsons. You know him as the Insider's Room. And the body himself, fresh off a long move from Canada to Thailand, the Iceman, Jesse Schul. Happy Friday, Ross. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Welcome to everybody who's viewing, and hello to all the guys.
Nick, how are you, buddy? You look good. I love the hat. I love the glasses. I love it. I love it. I love it. How are you today this Friday?
Yeah, doing fantastic. I mean, the NFL is here, so yep, super pumped, and just can't wait to get into that. But really want to close the baseball season strong as well. We can't not forget about baseball.
Absolutely not. Actually, this is the time of the year where cream really does rise to the top. Certain teams that are looking to better themselves and maybe get your wild card spot, and certain teams that are looking to stay above the bottom of their divisions. We're seeing some of these teams that are in 4th and 5th place starting to show signs of life because they don't want to finish last in the division. And last but certainly not least, the Iceman, Jesse Schul, one of our favorites here on the First Family. Jesse, how are you, buddy?
Really happy to be home and really excited to be with the First Family again after a bit of a layover there.
Well, we're happy to have you. And, every time we have Ross and Jesse and Nick on, we have a good show. So stay tuned, sports fans. A couple of quick announcements. You know how I start every show? Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Every day is happy that I get to wake up with you. Sports fans, I like to bust my wife's chops a lot. That's how we've got
much?
a little bit of scooch. And all you married.
Wait. You need to widen that to go from here to here.
Well, we've lasted 22 years this month, and a few more weeks will be 22 years. And you really don't get to last that long unless you have a good sense of humor. And trust me,
and I have a really good
I have the sense of humor. I just rubbed off on you a little bit. But I am very proud of Dionne. She's on the MLB, the WNBA leaderboards, and she did finish number 2 last year in college football. And I'm very proud of you doing some great work. But I get to spend every day. And guys, the First Family Show has been renewed. We have been picked off. We'll be coming to you every Monday through Friday, at least through football season. Hell, man, I might even grow hair by the time we're off the air. We're going to have we got some great things in store. But let me tell you what's going on. Before we give out any free winners for today's card, because of all of you, we hit our milestone of 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. We got a new milestone, folks, and only you can get us there. So we want to hit 10,000 subscribers during football, but we need your help. Hit that subscribe button. Also, something else that hitting that subscribe button does, it brings you an alert that tell you when anything from Sports Memo is going to be coming on. And I'm going to tell you right now, an announcement will be made next week about our fall schedule. And we're going to revolutionize the sports betting industry video-wise. You don't want to miss anything. But we want you to help. We want you to help us hit our goal. Am I right, honey?
Absolutely.
You helped us hit 5. Now help us hit 10. Guys, we've got a couple other things real quick. Tonight. Oh, no, it's not tonight. I'll tell you later. Dionne and I will be attending the Sports Memo Wager Talk meet and greet on the 19th and the 20th. Yes, we want you to come and join us. Meet all your favorite Sports Memo and Wager Talk personalities at the Westgate at the Superbook in the clubhouse the 19th and 20th of this month. It's free, guys. We've got a lot of fun people going to be there. Great events. We got swag bags. Look what Dionne and I got. We got chips with our names on them. And guess what's on the back? Your favorite website, Sports Memo. So you got to come and join us. Also,
we only have a certain amount of them, so you got to make sure that you get there early enough to be able to grab one.
And we get a lot of comments and a lot of likes, and a lot of people tweet us about what we do here. We have a good time. The other night, my son is grown; he's out of the house. We have that luxury of our children being gone, which is a great luxury. Let me tell you, all you parents that are going through kids at home, that's a great luxury. So we do a lot of stuff. We see 150, 200 shows a year. We've got some things we're going to be doing this weekend. We're going to a great orgy.
Excuse me?
I forgot to tell her about that. See, I thought I'd get her attention there.
You totally forgot to tell me about that one.
Oh, gee, that's all right. No, but listen, we've got a few things. We're going to go in and see our good friend Scott. You know him as Carrot Top. One of the best shows, one of the funniest guys. He changes the material every few weeks. He's over at the Luxor. We can see him. We're going to see Firehouse this weekend. We got a lot of other fun stuff. Obviously, we got tickets. Ross, Nick, Jesse, we got tickets for the last preseason game the Raiders are playing against the Patriots. We just thought it'd be fun. We might see some starters playing that game, and it's a nice, fun atmosphere. It's going to be a lot of fun. Raiders come off a win. Patriots come off a win last night. A lot of football is going to be played between now and, well, it's only a couple of games this preseason, but it's going to be fun. It just gets the ball rolling. Plus, we got some other – we're going to be there for opening night here in Allegiant. Raiders, Cardinals. We've got a couple of other games we're going to be going to.
Looking forward to
We're
that.
very excited about that, sports fans. Couple quick things, guys, real quick. Then we're going to give you free winners for today's card. Guys, 2 words, Marshawn Lynch.
Oh, my God.
We know this guy was a little peculiar at his days at Cal. He no doubt, man, the guy's a 10,000-yard rusher. The guy was a workhorse, I'll tell you that.
I want to know how he did not even know that he lost tires.
A whole tire.
Lost rims.
A rim and a tire.
Still driving on it and then pulled over and went to sleep with the door open.
Now, let's face it, guys. He was
serious?
never a candidate for Mensa. He's never going to be a finalist on Jeopardy. Probably takes him an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. Did you hear what I'm telling you right now was that one of the cops, when they got to the police station, asked him, "How high are you?" And he went, "About 5'11". I swear to God, that's what he said. This guy, can I tell you? We watch him now. He's got like Doritos. He's got Subway. Those are gone now. But here's a guy who might have had. They put a lot of these guys on that aren't the greatest speakers as commentators on these NFL shows. Hell, Michael Strahan's on Good Morning America now. If that guy could be on Good Morning America, I could write speeches for the president. I know he's got more jobs than like Ryan Seacrest and Steve Harvey. It's crazy. But, all right, Marshawn Lynch fell asleep off the strip. I understand you have a good time, no matter who you are. In today's times, there's no excuse for you to get into a car when you don't know you don't have a tire or a friggin' rim. So having said that, one more thing, another train wreck. I want to read this to you. Antonio Brown. Now, I could have just said that. I don't know if you guys read this. Excuse me. My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM a cracker or showing up to Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet. Wait, this gets better. Or throwing rocks at that UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jet Stadium mid-game while throwing up deuces. My biggest regret is that, and I quote, "I'll never get to see Antonio Brown play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what it's like for you to watch something like me play, like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform."
What a nutball.
I've got to tell you, I know this guy. I mean, this guy single-handedly gave the Pittsburgh Steelers a couple of Super Bowls. But I got to tell you, man, what goes through people's heads? We've all had a night where maybe we had a little too much to drink. That's not a dig towards Marshawn Lynch. Or a night, whatever. And we've all had our moments. But this guy, how come this guy is in a straitjacket somewhere, honestly?
He's off his rocker.
He is. Ross, Jesse, Nick, any comments on either Marshawn or Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I would say that the NFL really has a mental health issue that they need to address. And I'm being serious. A lot of these guys, we think because they're athletes, they're invincible, but above the neck, some of them, either their brains are scrambled from concussions or they're in need of serious mental health and are afraid to step forward because it's unmanly. But boy, oh boy. It's a lot. I mean, some of the stuff you said is hilarious, but it's really not.
It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys, tragic. I want to go on, Nick. You want to say something, Nick?
I mean, he's just lucky, really. Marshawn Lynch, that the way it ended, the way it did. I mean, he's so lucky. It could have just been tragic.
It could have been tragic, like Henry Ruggs.
And so, it is tragic all around. Obviously, his career is going to take such a huge hit here. So not good all around for either of these two guys. I mean, Antonio Brown, though, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. There is we all always laugh and you see those memes about drunk texting and things like that you should have a lock on your phone. I want to know why guys like this don't have, like a guy like Marshawn Lynch, who's coming to Vegas, maybe should have a couple of people with him watching his back. If you know you can get a little loose like that. And Vegas is a place to have a good time, but not to jump in the car where you don't even know you have a tire rim.
To be honest with you, they have the money. So leave your car wherever you are.
let me tell you
Call
something.
an Uber,
Wherever you
call a
are,
limo,
though, wherever you
whatever.
are, you tell them, listen, I don't have any money on me, but I need an Uber or a Lyft. They will Uber or Lyft your ass home.
There have been times when we've gone to a concert and we've had a little too much to drink, and whatever.
No,
but we've left
our car. We took an Uber or
Lyft.
Lyft.
Uber home.
Hey, man, but you know what? Having enough said, guys, listen, it is tragic because we lived right. Nick, I don't know if you're aware of this. I know Ross and Jesse, we live less than like an eighth of a mile from where Henry Ruggs hit that girl. Dan and I were working that evening. We heard the crash. We heard the car skid. We heard the crash. We heard the explosion. We smelt the flames. I jumped right out, and I got to tell you, man, it is scary. It is scary. It's scary. So having said that, this time I am glad no one was hurt, but no excuse to be that whacked out. And this Antonio Brown. And you're right, though. But these guys are wackadoos before they even played football. Let's face it. I mean, these guys, they could have been in the military. They would have got Section 8 right away. I'll be honest with you. 4F, Section 8, whatever you want to call them. Without any further ado, guys, we have a great show for you. Tons of free winners. Let's go to somebody who's been a perennial on the leaderboards, not just at Sports Memo, but over the last several decades. He is a pioneer of the sports betting industry. He is our Friday favorite. I've got to tell you, Ross Benjamin, he is doing great work over at Sports Memo. He's got some great things he'd like to tell you about on the premium side. He's got another free winner for you. Ross, take it away.
Thank you, Joe. Boy, here's a suggestion for anybody in Vegas that has too much to drink and shouldn't be driving. We're going to put Joe D'Amico's phone number up on the screen, and you can call him. And not only are you going to be buzzed, but when you get in the vehicle, if you heard Joe tell some stories, he's going to entertain the living hell out of you. Why would you want to drive yourself? So anyway, Joey, when I first started doing this show with you a year ago or so, you were something, but now you're something else. And let me tell you, folks, he's one of the most entertaining sports betting hosts you'll find anywhere in the country. And he's complimented by that beautiful wife of his. So anyway, let's get to the Cleveland at Jacksonville game is what I'm going to cover right now. Jacksonville, a 2.5-point favorite, and that total has come from 37.5 down to 36, and I think for good reason. Since 2015, Cleveland has played 19-3-1 to the under in preseason games. Now, I know there's been some coaching changes there. I get that, but by the same token, you just can't ignore that. If you think you should ignore things, then you should look at the Baltimore Ravens record during the preseason with 21-0 now since 2016. And people kept telling me, you missed the boat. My buddy Jesse was one of them. Well, Jesse, I didn't miss the boat last night. Anyway, that includes 16-0-1 to the under whenever there was a total of 36 or greater, which that qualifies. Jacksonville will be playing their second NFL preseason game. 27-11 loss in the Hall of Fame game, which, by the way, I had that game over the total of 30.5 to Las Vegas. And Doug Peterson, first year with Jacksonville, but here's the thing. He spent 2016 through 2020 with the Philadelphia Eagles as their head coach. And during that time, when the Eagles came off a preseason loss, they went 5-0 to the under in their following game. And that is if the total was 41.5 or less, which it certainly is in this regard. And those 5 contests, by the way, averaged 20 points per game combined. So I put a lot of emphasis, Joe, on NFL head coaches during the preseason because some guys, they just want to get to the finish line, the end of preseason healthy. Other guys just want to evaluate, and whatever happens, win or loss, it's just coincidental. And then other guys who, if you're keeping score, they want to win. And like John Harbaugh, I just mentioned a second ago, if he was playing fish with his 5-year-old granddaughter, he'd want to win the game. So anyway, to get back to the pick, Cleveland, Jacksonville under 36. Cleveland, Jacksonville under 36 on Friday evening. Folks, visit my page at sportsmemo.com, expert section. Click on that icon at the top of the page. There'll be a pull-down menu, and you could choose any handicapper you like. In this particular instance, I would encourage you to check me out because my NFL preseason picks since 2011 have gone 63-46, which are 58%. Since I've been with Sports Memo, 10-6 with my NFL preseason picks, including 9-2 with my last 11. Five top 10 finishes in the NFL preseason at an independently documented site. Number 6 in 2021, number 2 in 2020 or 2017, number 5 in 2012, number 1 in 2011, number 9 in 2010. How about that, Joe?
How about that? Ross Benjamin. How about that? Number 1 on the leaderboards and number 1 in your heart, Ross Benjamin. Ross, I've got to tell you, I say it every time you're on the show. Do it once, do it twice, you're lucky. Do it for decades, you're only Ross Benjamin. And I have to say, sports fans, go over this Sports Memo, follow Ross. Numbers don't lie, and his numbers go back for a while. Ross, you are not only one of the best in this business, you're one of the sweetest people on this planet. And doing a show with you is truly an honor for my wife and I, because we know when you're joining us, it makes us feel good, sets the tone for the day. So I know that happens, and it goes out there. It carries over to all our viewers. Thank you for everything. I know you got to take off.
And his smile just makes you smile.
Yeah, you got an infectious smile. And, it pisses me off a little bit because I used to be the best-looking guy in the show, and now you are. But I do appreciate Nick says, Nick is pretty good-looking, so is Jesse. We got a good-looking panel today. This could be a dating show if you didn't know it was about sports betting. Ross, I'd like to thank you. I know you got to take off. You got to get some games up, get your bets down. To you and your family, have a beautiful weekend. God bless, and thank you for joining in today.
Hey, thank you for having me again, guys. Good luck to everybody, and have a great weekend.
Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you, Ross.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Guys, Ross Benjamin has been winning for decades. Go follow him over at Sports Memo with these great customer appreciation discounts. I'm going to put another one across the board. I'm having so much fun. I'm forgetting to do the batters again. We're going to go from – you're just nudging me. You keep nudging me. That's how you hurt my neck. Guys, my friend Nick Parsons, you know him as the Insider's Room. When he came over to Sports Memo, we were truly honored because we've heard of Nick. And if you know anything about sports betting, you know Nick. His reputation speaks for itself, but we were lucky to get him at Sports Memo. When he came to Sports Memo, though, he hit the ground running. He started hitting leaderboards, and I got to tell you, since he's been on our show is better for it, and we really appreciate him. So he's going to tell you about what he's got going on the premium side tonight over the weekend, and maybe even some long-term programs that he has to offer. But he also has another free winner for you. I'm very interested to hear about it. I know you are too. Nick, the floor is yours, buddy.
Thanks, Joe. And yeah, I mean, you guys have just been great. Sports Memo, and I've really enjoyed coming on your guys' show here for sure. And I know that moving forward, there's also a football show coming up, which will be coming in the afternoons. And I've been invited on that, so I'm totally pumped to come on that as well. Love the NFL. Last year, we finished 9-1 over the playoffs and Super Bowl. And so, yeah, we're super excited for the NFL, obviously. Now, as you said, we came over on the 1st of July, basically, and so we came over late to Sports Memo, but we've been playing with house money the entire season in baseball, so we have plenty of different records. You can come check out that. We'll be playing everything this weekend, so come check out the Insider's Room over at Sports Memo, and you will not be disappointed. But yeah, to get into this play, guys, I'm looking at a preseason NFL game tonight. I'm looking at the Jets, and I'm looking at the Eagles. This is kind of an interesting matchup here. I think both teams are expected to improve this year, but I think that this is a good strategic play on New York, in my opinion. I just think that Robert Saleh, he's going to be a lot more aggressive than with his game plan here for the Jets than Nick Sirianni will be for the Eagles. Zach Wilson, he's going to see more time than his counterpart, Jalen Hurts, today. I'm not even sure if Hurts will even see any time tonight. The Jets have plenty of new receivers, so Wilson will get a few snaps in. And so then he'll make way for Joe Flacco, Mike White, and Chris Streveler. Flacco, I think, has an advantage over his backup counterpart in Gardner Minshew, just in that he knows this offense a little bit more than Minshew does at the Eagles. Now, New York will be primarily going with Mike White, but he saw a huge chunk of playing time during the regular season last year when Wilson went down with injury. So the Jets, they do have these new receivers. This offense is going to get a chance to make some plays today, I think. The Jets, clearly they're going to be concentrating on the defensive end. They did that in the offseason. They finished 31st last year. Now, over on the other side of the field, the Eagles, they managed to get a wild card position after finishing 9-8. Playing behind second-year quarterback Hurts. Now, Philadelphia made some moves on the defensive end as well in the offseason. They signed linebacker Hassan Reddick, and he had 23.5 sacks over the last 2 years with Carolina. But you know what? Last year, Sirianni went 0-2-1 in the preseason. Hurts, as I said, I mean, he's going to see limited to no action at all tonight. He'll then make way for Minshew, who will see some of the time in the first half. And then it's Carson Strong and Reed Sinnett. So they're going to see the rest of the time in the second half. Now, Philadelphia did finish 10th overall on the defensive end, and it could even be better this season, Joe. But Sirianni has already said that he's going to rest almost all of his veteran players for this game, and that includes all of his defensive veterans. So just to break this one down into its simplest form, guys, I think that New York has the slight advantage here with its quarterback rotation. Wilson and Flacco will each see time. White saw considerable action in the regular season last year. We know Hurts won't see much or any time at all. Same thing for Minshew. And I think that Sirianni, we know that he's going to rest all of his veterans. So, I mean, this line actually has been all over the place. But you know what, guys? I'm going with the Jets to get the cover this evening.
Sports fans, he's doing some great work at Sports Memo. Nick Parsons, a.k.a. and Signs Room, says take the Jets. Guys, I look at this guy's past records. He is the real deal, and we are honored to have him on this show. And he doesn't know. Jesse knows because he's been with us a while. Once he's in, he can never leave. We ain't never letting you leave, Nick, because you are a fan favorite. You're certainly a favorite of the First Family.
He's kind of stuck with us now.
You're stuck with us now. So buy some aspirin because I give you a headache every day. But I want you to know how happy we are to have you. And I think everybody out there should know how lucky they are that they have access to your free plays. But moreover, you have access to Nick's premium releases and these great customer appreciation discounts over at Sports Memo. Go follow Nick. He's a winner. And I want you to know, Nick, I looked at these games this game today, and I almost put this out as a premium play because I do agree with you. And I also think that the Jets have a little more to prove to themselves and their fan base. You got a team like Philly who is going to be very competitive in their division. I think they're slated, if I'm not mistaken, right now to win about 9.5 games, which is very respectable for a team, for any team right now. And and the Jets have a little more to prove to themselves, and even maybe some season ticket holders. I put some stock in that. You want to boost some sales. Well, not everybody is a Super Bowl contender, and this time of year you got to start selling some season tickets or at least individual home tickets. And this is certainly a situation to come out, make a little news, make the headline on the sports page of the Post, and go from there. But it's a great pick. Guys, Nick is going to take off today. He's got an obligation right now. We are very lucky to have him. Thank you for taking time out of your Friday. We'll be boosting you later. But, guys, follow Nick. You'll be following him all the way to the back. And, Nick, to you and your beautiful family.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Dionne.
Have a wonderful weekend and good luck this weekend. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, guys, we started with 5, and then there was 3. But we are very lucky to have Ross and Nick on this show today. But I got to tell you, we start every Monday with Jesse Schul because it's a great way to kick off the week. Mm-hmm. He is a great handicapper. He is as entertaining as he is informative, and he is certainly one of our favorites. And he's one of my best friends in the world, let alone this business. Jesse, you just made a long move from one part of the world to another, and you told me before the show a little bit of jet lag, but you look great, and we're happy that you are at home where you're most comfortable. And I've got to tell you, thank you for taking time out of your day because here in Vegas right now, it's about 8:30 a.m., give or take. Over by you, it's about 10:30 p.m. So thank you. I know it's not easy on you, but I know you wanted to spend a little time with Dionne and myself, but you also wanted to spend a little time with those viewers out there who missed you the last few weeks. How is everything, buddy?
Hey, man, it's great to be back. It's always a pleasure with you and Dionne and great guests like Nick and Ross. And I got to say, I really like Nick's free play on the Jets as well.
You got it. I know we had the lineup where Dionne was going to go next, but why don't we bring you on because, we're both anticipating what you got going, and we had you waiting in the waiting room for a little bit. Guys, Jesse, as you know, he called him the Iceman, but he certainly heats up when the summer comes. July and August, he's the best handicapper in the history of this business, but he's also pretty damn good at college and pro football, and you're going to get those great customer appreciation discounts. But those early bird specials aren't going to last too much longer. So you do want to follow Jesse. He's got some stuff he wants to tell you about on the premium side, and he also has a nice free play for everybody. Jesse, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I do have 2 NFL games for tonight, as well as a Major League Baseball game. And even to my own surprise, I was looking at the leaderboards at Sports Memo the other day, and I noticed familiar name, number one in profits for the year of 2022. Real good looking guy. Looks a lot like me, actually. But as far as my free play for the show, I'm going to look at a season win total for your Super Bowl champion LA Rams. Everything came together for the Rams last year. They said they were all in when they picked up Von Miller. A lot of guys had career years. Cooper Kupp doubled his production, twice as many receiving yards last year as he had the previous year. Aaron Donald smashed his career high in tackles. I expect some of these guys to show some regression to the mean. It's well documented that Super Bowl champions suffer Super Bowl hangovers. In fact, it's statistically way more likely for Super Bowl champions to miss the playoffs than it is for them to repeat as Super Bowl champions. So all time, there's been 7 teams that have won back-to-back Super Bowls. It hasn't happened since 2005 with the Patriots. Just since 1990, 9 Super Bowl champs have missed the playoffs the next season. I'm not calling for the Rams to miss the playoffs, but their season win total set at 10.5 seems a little high to me. In order to cash this in on the under, they're going to have to lose 7 games. I will quickly list off those 7 games for you as I see it happening. Starting with week 1 against the Bills. Of course, the Bills are the Super Bowl favorites this year. I like the Bills. I think the Rams could lose that one. Moving on, week 3, this one might be controversial, but it's a road game at Arizona, divisional game. The Rams might be a better team than Arizona, but playing in their building, it's going to be tough to come out with a win. Week 4 at the Niners, same story. Week 9 at the Bucks, that's a clear spot where they'll be an underdog. Week 12 at Kansas City, again, they're going to be a dog there. Week 15 at Green Bay, same story. Finally, week 17 at the Chargers. So the rest of the games, yeah, they should win those games, but rarely does a team win all the games they should win. Just as rarely as they don't always lose the games you expect them to lose. But certainly the schedule looks tough for the Rams. I think 10 wins is going to be about as good as they could hope for this season.
Sports fans, Jesse the Body Schultz says under. Rams season wins total 10.5. You know, Jesse, great breakdown. You know, it's funny. I just looked real quick while you're doing your great analysis. There's 9 or 10 teams slated to win 10 or more games this season. What I'd like people out there to know, and what even plays more over to what you were saying, is any one of these teams is one injury away from being an 8-8 team. You know, it's a very big, long season. Football's a very tough sport. You lose a running back, you lose a quarterback, you lose a key safety. You know, these things really play a part. And when you're playing a long, tough, arduous season, like in the NFL, anything can happen. Great pick, Jesse. Now, guys, Jesse's doing great work over at Sports Memo. In multiple sports, he is killing it. Go follow him. I mean, he's one of the best in the history of the NFL as a handicapper. Follow him. These customer appreciation discounts aren't going to last. I mean, you always get customer appreciation discounts, but these early bird discounts aren't going to last forever. So take advantage. Jesse, would you stick around maybe another 5 minutes for us?
You bet.
God, I love him. I love him. Guys, let's go to the First Lady of Las Vegas, who is all over the WNBA and MLB leaderboard. She finished college football number 2 over at Sports Memo last season, and I'm gunning for the number 1 spot. I don't mind if you finish number 2, but I want the number 1 spot.
It ain't gonna happen.
I will tell you this, guys. We have some great followers to the show.
We
got. I don't want to go Trisha and Larry and all these great people. TK, all these great guys that comment every day. Somebody's keeping a good eye on your free plays.
I believe.
Are you on a 5-1 free play run?
Charlie is keeping track of my wins,
and so I think Larry too. Larry, we read all your comments and we try to reply to as many as possible.
And as of today, I am
5-1 run.
5 straight because one of them
5 straight.
5 straight.
Well, 5 straight.
One of them was canceled because
so
of
she's won
weather.
5 straight.
So I'm 5 straight. So thank you for keeping track of that.
And
for
you
us.
know, we get up the same time every day. Dionne goes to make coffee. I go to take a quick shower. She goes to take a shower. I'll go get my pitching report. I get a pitching report delivered to my home every morning with my morning paper between 3:30 and 4 a.m. We start our day. So this morning, I started with NFL. She started with WNBA. Went from there. But you're doing some great work in multiple sports. This is a very exciting time of sports betting for all of us too.
Absolutely.
But I know you got some great things on the premium side for everybody tonight. I know you won't have another free winner. Got it for a free praise on a 5-game win streak. What do you think a premium plays do for you? Dionne, take it away, darling.
Thank you very much. Yesterday, I did have a big win with my NFLX touchdown play. Today, I have just one big winner on the board with my WNBA Slam Dunk winner. It's going to be posted at Sports Memo for just $12 right after the show, so make sure you visit the site for that amazing winner. And today's free play takes place on the Diamond, where the Washington Nationals host the San Diego Padres in Game 1 of this series. Believe this or not, this is the first meeting between the Padres and Nationals this season. San Diego comes into this matchup sitting in second place in the NL West. The Padres are starting to heat up, scoring 20 runs in their last 3 games against the Giants. Can you believe that? Today, they send right-hander Mike Clevinger to the hill. Clevinger is 3-4 with 3.60 ERA. In the righty's last start against the Dodgers, he gave up 7 hits and 5 runs in 4.2 innings. Washington's bats have showed signs of life, putting up 11 runs over their last 3 games. Corey Abbott takes the mound today for the Nationals. He is 0-1 with a 5.68 ERA. In his last start against the Phillies, the right-hander gave up 7 hits and 7 runs in just 3.2 innings. In the last 7 meetings between these two teams, the total has gone over all 7 times. Can you believe that? That is insane. And when playing in Washington, the last 6 meetings, the over is 5-0-1. It is also 3-0-1 in the Padres' last 4 versus right-handed starters, and 4-0-2 in the Nationals' last 6 versus a righty. I could go on and on and on with stats to support the over, but I'm not going to bore you here. So I'm guessing you know where I'm going in this one, guys. That's right. Take the over today in this matchup.
There you go, sports fans. The First Lady of Vegas, who was crushing in multiple sports and finished second college football last season. Just take the over here, guys. Follow her on the back. Yeah, you know, I hate to say it like this because I mean this in a loving way, and I don't want to sound condescending, but I'm very proud of you. You're doing great work. But after all, you are a D'Amico. I want you to know that. So we expect no less than great work for you. But so I know everybody out there, and your analyses are just amazing.
Thank you.
They are amazing. I listened and I started smiling. I know Jesse's like this. He's got a couple of beautiful, gorgeous kids. But I know, like when you first start playing ball with maybe one of your kids, and then you start seeing them start to get better, and then all of a sudden you can't help them anymore because they're getting even better than you or as good as you. No, you're not better than me yet. But I'm kidding. But I really took a lot of pride in that. Fudge. But I'm very proud of Dionne, and she's doing great work, guys. Follow her. You'll follow her to the bank. I've got something I'd like to talk about. And Dionne, and Dionne, you're going to be right here. Jesse will be right back, guys. Sports fans,
you won your game yesterday, though.
I won another free play yesterday. Yes, I'm doing pretty good with those.
And I know that you're like all over the leaderboard also for like multiple sports. You're on the leaderboard for NFL, MLB, overall winning percentage, profit. I mean, you're like killing it.
Well, yes, that is true. Last 30 days, number 1 overall profit at Sports Memo. Number 1 overall winning percentage at Sports Memo. Number 1 MLB profit last 30 days. Number 2 MLB winning percentage. Number 1 NFL profit. Number 1 NFL winning percentage. I'm all over that leaderboard, Sports Memo. You know why? Because I'm the best. I told you once before, you son of a bitch. I'm the best there's ever been. I love that part of that song. That went down to Judge. I told you once before, you son of a bitch. I'm the best there's ever been. Guys, I walk it like I talk it. I'm in the trenches with you. Every game I put out, I also bet. That's why I don't play a million games because I'm not going to bet a million games. And I won't gamble with your money either. But I am winning number 1, number 2, and everything. Baseball, overall, football, last 30 days. Killing it. You follow me. I got some great discounts for you. Having said that, over the years, I have quite a few number 1 rankings in preseason football last season. Here at Sports Memo, 7-3 on premium releases. Another 6-0 documented on free plays. This year, I'm already 2-0 in preseason action. I'm excited to announce I have my first Friday Night Lights play of the campaign. My Friday Night Lights plays, 7-1 overall last year. Those are games I released in college and pro football on Fridays. But in preseason, they were perfect. I believe they were perfect. Don't quote me. I don't know. I might have had 1-2-1. In any case, 7-1 last year. And over the last 4 years, documented over 78%. I have it posted right now. It's Sports Memo. Tonight's winner, just $10, guys. Just because I'm winning don't mean I'm going to gouge you. I want everybody. I want $20 parlay bettors, and I want 10 dime bettors to afford this winner because I want to go into the weekend with you with the banko.
I even
Now,
bought it.
you bet it?
I know I bought it.
You bought it.
Of
well,
course,
bought
because
the
you don't
fuck-
tell me what
well,
you have.
You
So,
bought the
know,
cow, man. You like the milk so
So
much. You
I
bought
have
the
to
cow.
buy it myself too if
That's
I want
it.
a
We
winner.
don't tell each other what we got. Sports fans, for today's free winner, let's go to interleague action in MLB. You know, sports fans, it was only 7 short years ago that the Kansas City Royals were World Series champions. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. But it seems like a century ago, doesn't it? It does, really. Once again, this season, Kansas City has been absolutely deplorable. But yet, because they've won 5 of their last 6, they're starting to make headlines. However, if you look at the last 2 opponents they faced, the Red Sox, which are 3 games under 500 right now, and the White Sox, which are exactly 500 ball they're playing, they haven't beaten world beaters right now. I'm not saying those 2 teams are bad. They both have shots at the postseason, but they're not beating the cream of the crop. So let's not put the cart before the horse, guys. On the other hand, we've got the LA Dodgers. They own the best record in baseball. They also own the best away record in all of baseball. There's a team that has won 10 straight as their offense has exploded. As a matter of fact, they've accounted for 5 or more runs in 9 of those last 10 outings. All this while their pitching staff has allowed 3 runs or less in 8 of those last 10 contests. The Royals lineup ranks towards the bottom in every major category, and I just don't see them competing with the most explosive league-leading Dodgers offense here. To add insult to injury, Los Angeles owns the number 1 ranked pitching staff currently as of this morning in the big leagues to boot. Speaking of pitching, Tony Gonsolin, Daniel Lynch, they're slated today. Wow, this is amazing, these stats. Overall in the season, Gonsolin 13-1 with a 2.30 mark. This includes a 5-0 record with a 3.20 ERA on the road. Lynch 4-7 with a 4.79 overall. That does include a 1-3, 5.97 ERA home mark. Although these 2 teams haven't met in 5 seasons, LA did take the last 5 games in a row over KC. Ride the Dodgers hot streak. Take them on the run line here, folks. It's a winner. They are playing very, very good ball. And you know what? You look at the AL West. They want to widen that cushion. They want to make no doubt. You know, San Diego made some moves. They wrote a couple of big paychecks, but yet they're widening the gap in that they want to continue to do so. They don't want to give San Diego any confidence the last 50 games of the season. There's 50 or so. So look for the Dodgers to crush them big tonight. Let's bring Jesse back. We've got a couple of announcements. My friends, later today, don't forget to tune into Full Count, the MLB betting coverage show. And we're going to come at you live, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting Rocky Atkinson. Ronald Kabang will be joining, so tune into that before you make any of your final baseball betting decisions. Dion's got a couple of discounts. We're going to run down the free plays, and then we're out the door, guys. It was a long show today, but it's a fun show. Dionne, take it away.
That's right. Joey and I have an amazing discount going on right now for NFL or NCAA football. You can get the whole season for just $3.99. It's already discounted off $100, but if you use this code today, you get an additional $100 off, bringing it down to just $3.99. All you have to do is use code PUNCH100 upon checkout. We also do have we also have NFLX right now for just $99. So make sure you get on that program. We also do have what's that?
The one for us.
I did that one.
Okay, then do the other one.
And then, and then for any guest that's on the First Family Show, that was on all week, stop. You can get the rest of MLB for just $279. All you have to do is use code BBALL279 upon checkout. And make sure you visit the site because those discounts are going to disappear very shortly. So make sure you hop on them before they're out of here.
Sports fans, let's run down the free plays for today. Ross Benjamin, the pioneer of the sports betting industries, has under 36 Browns Jaguars. Inside his room, another winner for tonight. He's got the Jets at pick'em. Jesse, what'd you have for everybody?
Going under 10.5 for the Super Bowl champion Rams season win total.
Dionne?
I am going Padres Nationals over today.
And Joey D, your sexy and savory host of the Dodgers on the run line. Sports fans, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at Sports Memo, and you should follow the Sports Memo Twitter page. We each post a ton of free stuff. You get futures, you get odds, you get great articles. Eric Pauly writes some great stuff. I just put up a column the other day on why to bet preseason football, and also follow our guests, Ross Benjamin.
He is at Ross Benjamin 1. You can find the Insider's Room over at the Insider's Room. Nick Parsons, I should say. Jesse, the Iceman, you can find over at Jesse Schul. You'll find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas and Joey at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Guys, it's about that time. We got to head out of here, don't we?
I know.
It was a long show, but it's a fun show.
It's
Friday.
It was such a nice show.
I'm not wearing pants.
I'd hate to leave, but I know we got a lot of, stuff to kind of go through today with the games and over the weekend. So make sure that you tune in next week for some more special guests and a ton of free winners. On behalf of Ross, Nick, Jesse, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.